2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Portland Trail Blazers going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. For Los Angeles, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. We're going to get to see Chris Paul in action tonight, and as we all know, he's such a great all-around point guard, but he's also one of the most efficient players when it comes to scoring, Jet.
Yeah, because he doesn't get baited, Ernie. He doesn't take bad shots no matter what the situation is. His shots he shoots like a super high percentage later in his career. That's not normal. Typically, you start shooting less and shooting worse as you get older, but he's shooting better as he gets older.
And he's a master of slowing down and then speeding up to keep the defender on the skates. He uses that stutter step move, Kenny. People falling and slobbering and acting crazy.
Yeah, sounds like Ernie last week.
Yeah, love this guy when he dribbles the ball.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ernie again.
Excuse me. Kevin Harlan standing by, along with the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We have the Clippers as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward position. Now, here's Paul. Back to Griffin. From about 19 feet, Aminu grabs the miss.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those if he misses when he's got that much room.
You know, guys, Al-Farouq Aminu, so highly regarded coming out of college, still really finding his way around the NBA, but this last season, with Dallas, he may have found his niche in this league.
That's a great point, Kevin. A guy who can give you a lot of things, rebounding, defense, hustle points, but he's already played on a number of teams in his young career because he's still trying to, as you put it, find that niche. Maybe he's finally developed who he is.
Here's Griffin, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Davis sets a screen. It's Henderson on the wing. Plumlee sets the pick for Henderson, and it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Yeah, and on the topic of Aminu, he's a bit of a tweener. Doesn't have quite the quickness and ball handling skills the top small forwards have. Doesn't have the bulk or grit to match up against the better power forwards. He's a hard fit for what you want to have done at that position.
He throw good, Damian Lillard.
And guys, getting back to Aminu, he still has the tools to be a really good player, but like so many young guys, he has to focus. He has to bring the intensity 100% every game. I could see him being one of those late bloomers, if you will.
Nobody near Lillard. And the free ball is good. Lillard's got 6.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Pierce wide open, he fires. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. That's in enough. Doris Burton caught up with head coach Terry Stotts. DB.
He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, saying, you know, he's one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double some and force other players to make shots. He's one of the greats. You enjoy the challenge of playing against him and just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here's Henderson after Paul Pierce's score. And Lillard kicks to Henderson. Clock at 6. Fires from the wing. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. As fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but this kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it,
Oh,
too.
they do, yes, sir.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
And both free throws good for Redick.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Aminu misses. The Clippers are gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Redick is in the corner. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists tonight. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Davis sets a screen. Henderson, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to Redick, top of the key, Griffin. And it comes off the front of the rim.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Henderson, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Jordan dishes the ball. Pierce against Plumlee. Pierce kicks to Griffin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates, Greg, for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Chris Kaman's checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Ed Davis. And McCollum subbed in for Gerald Henderson. The Clippers also changing it up. Cole Aldrich, who's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Lance Stevenson comes in for Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. And the second free throw, good.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
3 on 3. Here's Crawford. Kept alive. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
Josh Smith, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Well, Portland had another strong season against the rest of the West. Ended up with a record of 31-21 in the conference, and that was good enough to earn them the 4th spot in the West.
Lillard with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Leonard, no luck.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Portland did end up 4th in the West, as you said, Greg. You're talking about that, and their 31-21 in-conference record was the exact same as it was at the end part of the 2014 season.
Well, actually, Portland won more games in 2014 than they did last season. Ended up 4th in the conference, mostly because of how they won their division.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer to them. You know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
There we go, one more time. Give it up for your Blazer dancers.
So it's Portland now. 4-point game. And it's Kaman missing.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Paul. Soft touch off the glass.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Feeds it to McCollum. Leonard sets a screen for McCollum. Inside, 5 on the clock. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Shoots. Now in the scoring column with that piece. 1 for 2 this game. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 13-5 run here. Now here's Crawford. He's guarded by McCollum. It's Crawford with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top. They lead by 6. From Portland, we're back in a moment. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
He really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. J.J. Redick is out there with Crawford. And it's Pierce in at the 3 slot. Offense is what drives the Clippers, and they were fantastic at it last season. Easily one of the most exciting teams to watch with their high-flying and high-scoring act and number one in terms of efficiency.
Yeah, and it's not just a flash for the Clippers on offense. You talked about their efficiency on the offensive end. Led the league in points scored per 100 possessions at 109.8.
Here's Crawford. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's Crawford. Redick dishes to Griffin. There's no Conway with the foul. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Redick for three. And it's Portland with the rebound. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They just really need a basket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now here's Crawford. There's the dish to Jordan. Wants to get it to Pierce and does. That's good. Yes, Pierce has got the lead back up to 8 now for Los Angeles.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Lillard attacking. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Well, last year, DeAndre Jordan turned in another great defensive performance. In fact, first team all-defense announced in the NBA after last season. Anchored his team as he always seems to do.
Yeah, and Jordan was a and changed countless others with his effort.
Yeah, you look at the advanced statistics for DeAndre Jordan and his defense. That in top 10 in defensive rating individually, and led the league in defensive win shares.
And the Clippers making a change here as well. Johnson's checked in. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And Jordan has really improved his defense every year since Doc Rivers challenged him. Last season ended third in the Defensive Player of the Year award race, but he has one in his future, no doubt, if he continues to progress.
Clippers leading by 8. At the elbow, Griffin fires from 14. Again, Los Angeles.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Redick against Lillard. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting. Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And Redick kicks to Crawford. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Good shot by Redick, no good. Trailblazers trail by 8. And it's McCollum in the corner, beyond the arc. Another miss for him, now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Johnson kicks to Jordan. Griffin against Lillard, shoots a fader. That one wide left.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Here's Henderson, dishes it to Plumlee, and he takes it down.
You gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
His leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or a free throw every time.
And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what we see is, well, you got a solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't get his place, Clark, and he runs back.
Well said, Kevin, right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack of all trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined. That's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Give it up for your
Hunter comes in for Plumlee, and it's Aminu in for Lillard. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for J.J. Redick.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
Here's McCollum, following the basket by Chris Paul. Collum down to Leonard. Aminu, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got to pause.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an all-star team, but was a three-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
Just 3 to shoot. Puts it up. They get it again. Aldrich, no good.
And typically, he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Leonard dishes to McCollum, and there's the feed to Davis. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Los Angeles leading by 5. Johnson, a wide open look. And the first shot of the night for him, missing.
Another shot from outside. They're not attacking. I mean, going in and seeking contact like they did in the first one, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, you can't play the scorecard. You have to play your game. They need to mix it up a little bit here.
Now here's Henderson after Wesley Johnson's miss. Clock at 6. Davis sets a screen. The baseline J. And that was good by Henderson. Now it's just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Good on the shot.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
From deep 3-point range and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Clippers lead by 5. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Chris Paul. And Chris, you've been out rebounding them and out shooting them, but it's still a tight game. Why haven't you been able to get more separation?
I think right now we're playing at that tempo. You know, we need to pick up the pace. Defend, rebound, run, and pick up the pace a little bit.
Chris, thank you. Kevin, for this team, the faster, the better.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 5. And let's go to Kenny. What'd you think of their first half?
One advantage has been their stellar rebounding. I mean, they're putting bodies on people, competing for the ball. It's simple, really. The team with more possessions has more opportunities to score. Wow.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, their defense was really inconsistent. They get a stop, then turn around and give up an easy bucket. That's why they allowed over 50% shooting. Their defense needs to be a lot more focused in the second half.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store.
Lillard has been playing really well. 12 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Trailblazers trail by 5.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
They've got Plumlee. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Davis. Then it's Henderson. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Ball outside. The 11-footer. Bounces high off the rim and slaps. And it's 7 points for Blake Griffin. And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Paul kicks to Griffin, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now, here's Aminu. Back to Lillard. Plumlee with the screen. Pass to Henderson. He dishes it to Aminu. Just 5 to shoot. And then Henderson with the dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Pierce. Jordan the screen. Pierce attacking. Got freed up. Nice work off the pin. Pierce has got 6 points.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 15. Griffin with the steal. By himself. Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Here's Paul. No luck. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Last season for Chris Paul, another strong season, yet plenty of form in terms of media hype. He was as strong as ever on the court and off the court.
And that's a great point. You know, he did kind of fly under the radar. It's hard to imagine a first-team Hall of Famer in the future could do that, but a lot of it had to do with Steph Curry kind of coming on to the scene, splashing on the scene, if you will. But he is still one of the top point guards in our league.
Down low, it's deflected. It's stolen by Davis. Paul against Lillard. Davis setting the pick for Lillard. Davis up top. Pass to Plumlee. Davis sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Portland no good that time either.
You know, for Paul, you talk about the lack of talk about him last year. Very quietly came close to the 50, 40, 90 club.
Now here's Paul. A 3 ball. No good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Lillard with it. Chris Paul covering. Lillard attacking, and he slams that one down.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
The 50, 40, 90 club, something only elite scorers reach, and Paul came close while playing point guard. He might not get the height he used to, but CP3 is very much still one of the best in our league.
Chris Kamen's checked in for Plumlee. Vonleh comes in for Davis, and McCollum subbed in for Gerald Henderson. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Now here's Paul. 1:56 left in the third quarter of the game. And the foul on Chris Kaman. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Ball against Lillard. A drive by Paul and stolen by Vonleh.
And you saw him gauging that pass there. He knew they were coming inside with it and got in position for the steal.
Now here's McCollum, guarded by Crawford. The shot by Vonleh, no good.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
Trailblazers trail by 8.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 17. Shoots, and the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Kaman's got 5 now.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
And the basket by Stevenson. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the 2nd most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West. The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Chris Kaman. The Clippers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. That one misses for Stevenson. Trailblazers trail by 10. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Ball against Lillard. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Portland may have been perfect in the line so far, albeit just two.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
The free throw is good from Lillard.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line. Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Screen by Smith. Crawford passes to Paul. And no good trying to get that one. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top. They're up by 8 from Portland. We're back in a moment. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Los Angeles leading by 8. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward. Now, here's Redick. 6 to shoot. The feed now to Griffin. Pierce for 3. The shot is off. And so here's Portland. Henderson kicks to Lillard. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Griffin. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Blake Griffin has been getting it done. He's got 11 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That's good from Blake Griffin. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Both free throws good from Griffin. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. The pass to Aminu. Back to Lillard. Davis setting the pick for Lillard. To the paint. Off the screen. Shot is good in the Los Angeles lead. Cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Davis.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
And Redick kicks to Griffin. Lets it go from 11. Los Angeles with another miss. And for Portland, they're shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Lillard with it. Al Pierce defending. Plumlee with the screen. Plumlee sets the pick from Aminu. Just 5 on the clock. Lillard outside. And Griffin sends it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Clippers leading by 6. Paul kicks to Jordan. Outside Pierce. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. His three-pointers off the mark. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter start. Davis with a screen on Redick. Aminu nailed from three-point land.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
All right, I want everyone to give it up for your Blazer dancers.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Now, here's Redick. Picked by Griffin. Paul against Lillard. Paul kicks to Pierce. Shot clock at 6. Picked by Griffin. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Paul against Lillard. It's Henderson on the wing. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Technical foul.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shots.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
And that one misses. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They were going to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries. Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Lillard attacking. Davis down low, defended by Griffin, and it's blocked by Jordan. And pushing it out, here's Los Angeles, moving it up. It's stolen by Davis. Lillard outside. He kicks it to Aminu. Over to the wing. Here's Plumlee, and he banks in the lane.
You know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round time they have ended up as a 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
He's checked in for J.J. Redick. So it's Portland now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and he gets it to go.
And play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get loud for your Blazer dancers.
Left in the fourth quarter. Ball kicks to Griffin from 11 feet away. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture in this game.
Kicks to Plumlee. It's Henderson on the wing. Back to Plumlee. Shot clock at 5. Aminu misses. Clippers leading by 3. Ball left side. He feeds it to Griffin. Plumlee with the steal. Lillard against Crawford. To the wing right side. Lillard outside. Griffin with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Griffin leading the charge.
You've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that can decide a game.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it does. The steal there, as gutsy a play defensively as you're going to see.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get loud for your Blazer dancers. All right, fans, let's play loud.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. Plumlee with the screen. Lillard dishes to Aminu. Back to Lillard. Here's Henderson. Portland again missing. And he commits the intentional foul.
Damian Lillard. That's his second personal foul.
Crawford against Henderson. He locks up the alley-oop pass, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
Here's Aminu. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Davis. Feeds it to Plumlee. Henderson kicks to Lillard. Three-pointer. Henderson, no good. And so Los Angeles takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Blake, tell us about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was a ton of intensity on the floor.
Yeah, that's something we talked about. We talked about not being complacent, settling for jump shots, talked about getting to the hole, and playing stuff on defense, and I thought that's what our guys did tonight.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul. What are your thoughts, Shaq, on his game tonight?
You could just see the intensity and focus from him, right, Kenny? I mean, he wasn't fazed by the crowd. Usually that's the case with him, but not tonight. He came in determined to make the little plays, make some big ones, and keep the momentum going.
The assists were coming fast and furious for him, man. Always sharp, crisp passes that led to easy baskets. You gotta love to see him play like that.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.